As part of an UPA membership, you're also a member of the American Optometric Association, or it's better known as AOA. You were elected to AOA's board of directors as a trustee, and you served on 5 separate committees as part of AOA. Can you please share how the national organization has helped Oregon doctors of optometry?
The biggest control of optometry in the United States centered in the South. They had been very much more astute at legislation. They had been much more astute at understanding politics, and the old Southern politicians knew their stuff. One of the things that we realized was that on a national stage, if we were going to uh, garner any sort of power uh, in optometry, we needed to have a little more recognition out in the Northwest. And so we realized that if you look at the United States, um, there's a common band through the United States. If you take from Seattle to Florida, people tend to think the same all the way across through the Midwest, all the way across. And so that was an observation that I had made over time. And I realized that the people in the Southwest of the United States didn't think at all like the people in the Northeast. And the Northeast didn't think much about the band of people that traversed through the middle of the country as well. There wasn't a lot of recognition for that they had a whole lot to say about anything. In realizing that, I got together with Dr. Kenji Yamada, who was kind of a shaker and mover in Oregon, and I said, Kenji, let's see if we can get me elected to the board. And to get elected to the board of optometry nationally, we needed some say. Nobody gave Oregon much account for anything up to that point. And so we started working with our friends in Alabama and Georgia and down in that area. Gerald Combs, Dick Schuster, Dave Lettingham. And Dave was the president of the AOA at that time. And so Kenji became my campaign chairman. And in order to get some power, we needed to have a little bit more say than just Oregon. So we decided to form what is called the GWCO. And so to give it a little bit of pizzazz, I called it the Great Western Council of Optometry. And the purpose of that, the really sole purpose, was to get all of the states in the Northwest behind me so that I would have a chance of becoming a board member at the AOA. And it worked. And so that's how I ended up serving on the AOA board for 5 years. I think I'm the only person from Oregon that's ever served on the AOA board ever. But that was how we did it. And that was the beginning then of GWCO.
UPA hosts business and educational business meetings each and every year. And aside from the valuable business lessons that people may learn from this, can you describe for us the kind of camaraderie that's built by your membership with UPA?
Kenji Yamada was just key to that. Anyone that's ever known Kenji would be able to tell you there's a guy that can make things happen. And so uh, we always owe a huge debt to him for helping me get that. So it wasn't only one person, but if there was one person, it would be Kenji. The optometrists in the state of Oregon are incredibly cohesive, and one of the things that I've recognized over the years is that um, we love to get together because we all will frequently say some of our best friends in our lifetime are the optometrists that are in our state. So it's a very collegial and cohesive group. And over the years, especially when from success in many of the legislative things that we've been able to accomplish, that just brought us closer together and allowed us to value that relationship. And, success breeds success. And learning how to understand the political world has changed all of our lives and the patients that we serve. So the sharing of that has been, I wouldn't miss it.
UPA's been around for 100 years and it's accomplished a ton of different milestones. Can you say, in your own words, why ODs should join or sustain their memberships with UPA?
Dr. Jason Bowe, who was the president of the state senate, told me one time, he said, you realize that our profession is legislated profession. And in other words, we get to practice, we get to serve the public because the Oregon legislature allows it. And he said, if you don't understand that, you will lose your profession. So once we understand that, we realize we have to be involved, because as he pointed it out, with the stroke of a pen, a governor can improve your profession, but he can also take it away.